What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can build out your own AI assistant that can dial extensions based on what department you're in. This is really good if you're building voice agents for enterprise levels. So let's say this is our Airtable database, and you can build this out identically in Google Sheets as well if you'd like. And we're going to build out a tool. That tool is going to search for the extension based on the department name, return that information to our voice agent, and then that voice agent is going to manually forward the call to that specific department. So you'll be learning about the IVR function, which is the interactive voice response function that is built into Retell. And we'll also be building out the extension finder tool within Make that will allow us to search in this database and return the extension. Now, everything that I'm going to be building out here today, I'm going to be giving away completely for free in the No Code Nation. We're at 279 members and going strong and growing. And honestly, I just want to see you guys win. So after this video, everything that I've built will be in the classroom. So feel free to jump in and let's contribute and let's build something truly epic. And with that being said, let's build this out. Okay, so we're going to be creating an agent. And I also just noticed that they just released Conversation Flow Agent. So this is pretty cool. This is new. Have to make a video on that soon. All right, so hit multi-prompt and then we're going to go start from blank right here. Okay, I'm going to be naming this Bob the receptionist. All right, Bob the receptionist. So we need to give Bob an identity. We're going to give him some style guardrails, some basic response guidelines, and some key focus areas. So it says you are Bob from Target Dial, a pleasant and friendly IT solution representative. You deeply care about the user's business and technology needs. Style guardrails are be concise. I'm pretty sure these are just the basic ones that come with Retell. Embrace variety, be conversational, be proactive, avoid multiple questions in a single response. And you can see the response guideline here. So we're just going to go ahead. We're going to hit save. And then we're going to change the welcome message to AI begins with your defined message. So now that that is done, we're going to come in here. We're going to add a new function. This function is going to be the press digit IBR navigation. And it's going to be navigate to the human agent. I'll hit save. Now it's important when you're doing IVR that it's always contained with the general agent level. And then if you want to do some state specific functions, IVR just won't work in that state. So we really need to set it to the main agent level. All right, awesome. So now we've got that built out. Next thing that we're going to want to do is create our first state. So my first state is usually always greet user. So we'll change this to greet user. And so like whenever you call into like a bigger corporation, the first thing is that you hit this IVR system and it's like, hey, who are you trying to speak to? Dial 1 for sales, dial 2 for this, blah, 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 right? We've all heard that once upon a time. And so this, we're just going to give it a background. We're going to say, yeah, let's save. We'll say the same thing here, right? So you are Bob from Target Dial, my man Bob. Okay. His role, he's going to triage incoming calls and direct them to the correct day. And then we're going to give him the task. So we're going to say, start with friendly greeting. And then we're going to say, determine the purpose of the call. If the caller wants to reach a specific department, transition to state-specific department. And then we'll also toss in, if the caller has a general question, attempt to answer using the knowledge base. If the caller's inquiry is unclassified, ask follow-up questions to gather more details. Based on the response, transition to the appropriate state. And so this is really just basic, but you could have a lot more different departments, right? You could have customer support, you could have whatever. But for this one, it's just going to be a simple 2-step, and that's pretty much it. So we're going to go, we'll hit save. We're going to add a new state again. This new state is going to be the state-specific department, and that's what we're going to use to transfer the call. So there we go. Same thing, we'll copy the background, Bob. I'm going to say, this time we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to say the caller has indicated they want to reach a specific department. We'll say sales, customer service, etc. Your role in this state is to confirm the department, retrieve the extension using the extension finder tool, and transfer the call by triggering the IVR through the press digit tool. Okay, the role, we're going to say assist the caller by confirming the requested department, retrieving the department's phone number or the department's extension using the extension finder tool, and transferring the call by triggering the IVR with the press digit tool. Okay, another task, right? First, we're going to confirm. So my thinking here is we're going to have this initial state, and this initial state is going to say like, hey, what can I help you with today? Be like, I don't know, how does your pricing work? And then I'll answer questions on pricing based on the knowledge base. But at one point it might say, hey, can I speak with Kevin? And at that point, we're going to set up an edge function. So if I were to connect these two right now, you'll see now we have this edge function. So in this, I can specify the path condition that's going to transition it between states. So I could say caller wants to reach a specific department. And then we're going to have this call info. It's going to be a variable. So it's really, we're saying, hey, we need caller intent, right? Which is the main purpose of the call, identified as reaching a specific department. And then afterwards, we're saying the specific department. So the name of the department that the caller wants to reach. And we're making them both required. And why this is important is because when you transition between states, it's important that we pass the information to that next state so that that next agent knows and has context around, the conversation that was just had with the previous agent. So we'll go ahead, we'll hit save. Okay. And so now our first step is going to confirm the department the caller wants to reach. We're giving an example, just confirm you want to reach sales, right? Okay. Then upon confirmation, we're going to trigger the extension finder tool to search the database for the department's extension. And then after obtaining the extension, thank you. Let me transfer you to that department name. Please hold for a moment. And then we're going to trigger the IVR using the press digit tool to route the call. And we give the tool name and the input, which is the department extension, which is in our test Airtable right here. And then we're just tossing in this as kind of an error handler. So if the extension can't be found, I'm sorry, I couldn't locate the extension for sales. Let me connect you with our operator for further assistance, and then trigger the tool with the operator extension. And we'll make it simpler. We'll say, I'm sorry, I couldn't locate the extension. Could you please try again? Okay, nice and simple like that. Okay, so now that that's done, we're going to add our tool, the extension finder. So we're going to choose custom function here, right? The name is going to be extension finder. The description is going to be retrieve the phone extension for a specific department based on the department name provided by the caller. And so now we're going to need to create our webhook URL that's going to come in here. So we're going to hop into Make, choose the webhooks, and then it's going to be custom webhook. Name it Retell extension, copy that address to clipboard, and then let's hop back in here and drop that in. We'll hit save. And then the last thing that we're going to have to toss in here is our parameters. So the parameter that we need is the department name out of this, right? And we are using something called enum, and we're specifying the different outputs that we want. So what this means is, as we're talking to it in natural language, the AI is going to detect based on that conversation if we want customer service, if we want sales, and it's going to output explicitly in one of these 6 options. So if I were to say, can I speak to the garage? Garage is not listed here. And since this field is required in order to trigger this tool, it's going to respond back saying, I'm sorry, I don't see that department. Do you mean another department such as sales or customer service or technical support? So we'll go ahead, we'll hit save. And now we're going to test our agent to see that this actually works. And so first we want to just get some data populated into this webhook before we can build it out further. So we're just going to run this once, and then we are going to test the LLM and see what happens. Hello, how can I help you today? Hi, I wanted to speak with sales. So now you can see it transition to the state specific department. And now it's going to ask, just confirm you want to reach sales, correct? That is correct. And so let me find the extension for sales for you. It triggers this extension finder. The tool result has been accepted. Thank you. Let me transfer you to the sales. Please hold for a minute. And then it's going to press the digit to press sales. So obviously this isn't correct, but you see that it did trigger all of these tools, which is great. But now we're going to have to do the next part, which is actually making it work. So now if we hop into Make, we can see that this webhook is now fired. We got the argument as that department name as sales. So now what we can do is come in here. We're now going to connect to Airtable. We're going to use the search records module. So go ahead, choose your base. I name mine directory test. And I just have some sample data here, which is the extension, the department, the first and last name. Now we can choose that table. Let's say table 1. And then the formula that we're going to pass is extension. So we're going to say extension is equal to, and then we're going to pass that argument name. So department name. And sorry, actually, it's not extension. It's really department. So what this means is we are telling Airtable based on the argument that was passed here. So based on sales, search the department column and return the result where department is equal to sales. And so now if this works correctly, we'll hit run once. We'll test this again. So I'll say, hi, I want to speak to sales. Okay, so let me quickly find the extension for you. It triggers all our tool calls. And if we hop back into here, now it passed sales. And afterwards, right, you can see, look, the formula's department is looking for sales. And now it returns all this information. So here's the extension, here's the first name, the last name, and the department. So now the last thing that we need to do is pass that information back in a webhook response to Retell so that it's able to direct the call and dial those digits. And so now all that I'm saying here is we're passing back, hey, here's the department extension and here is the department name. And even at that, we can just remove the department name. So all we're returning back is the department extension. We can hit save. And now if we hit run and we go back to Retell, we're going to test this one more time. Okay, so I'm saying, let me speak with sales. Boom, got it. You want to reach sales. Correct. Let me confirm the extension. One moment. So, hey, department name's equal to sales. The tool result that it returned back, the department extension is 100. If we look at sales, the department is 100. And now it's going to press digits to press 100. And the status is digits press. So it worked. And now it's correctly dialed the 100 digit and directed that call to the appropriate department. This is just a super simple build so that you can understand kind of the core fundamentals that go into more complex enterprise level builds. So I hope you got immense value out of this. The Retell agent, this blueprint, as well as this Airtable will be in the community completely for free. All you got to do is be active. And if you are a business looking to implement voice agents, then I'll have the link down below. You can book a meeting and we can see if we're a good fit to work with each other. And with that being said, I hope you have an incredible rest of your day and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.